Hey Fish fam, this is Nikachu Merfolk Master here with my brother, and we are here for the sixth round of this modern challenge with Yori and Merfolk with Urza Saga. I won the die roll, but this hand is a bit too clunky for my tastes, and the Soul Guide Lantern is useless, so we're gonna mulligan it. And this hand is very similar to the other one, but we'll keep it. Dump this damn Soul Guide Lantern. And as we're getting to this game, we are going to thank our sponsors, starting with FusionGamingOnline.com, your one-stop shop for old and Kamigawa Neon Dynasty singles and sealed product, just like those lands. You see these beautiful lands over there? You could get them yourself at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. Now I gotta definitely upgrade all my lands with like this. Gotta get the islands. I'm gonna wait a little while online though. They're just gonna. Hopefully they'll drop in price. Opponent shows Master of the Pearl Trident, and we're also gonna thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. You don't rent the lands like Mountain, Kamigawa Mountain and Island, but you can get cards like Urza Saga, Yorion, and also Hall of Storm Giants. These are very expensive cards, super expensive, but they're a lot cheaper when you're renting them with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 15% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu. Son of a bitch. 2 Goblin Guides. It's been a hot minute since we played against Burn, right?
Can I pay money to Mana Traders to rent basic lands?
They'll have them in inventory, but
What a waste of money.
you've got to be shitting me.
Hey, you get the slot machine. And they're all foil.
Alright, well, we can deal with one.
His 7s came up.
Sort of. Come at me, bro. Give me lands. Alright, Mutavault's a good one. Urza Saga is even better! Block this son of a bitch. Alright, what are we gonna do? I guess start off with Saga. Or I could go Mutavault. And then next turn go Saga, and then we can block with Mutavault and still get value out of the Saga at the same time. That seems to make some sense. Whereas if I go Saga now, I can't get value out of Mutavault at all. Alright, you're a blocker. You were born to block Master of the Pearl Trident. Time for Shadow Spear, Captain of Gondor. Swift Spear, good fucking god.
That's kind of nice. The new art for Swift Spear.
Now, I think we should have a good matchup because we do have Master of Waves in the deck. But on the other hand, I have to deal with all these bastards. Merit Regery's coming up. Guess that's okay. This is a lot more 1-drops than I had in mind. I'm gonna play Regery and it's just probably gonna die, right? I'm gonna take 4. Whereas if I hold up Mutavault, I force them. Whatever, I'll have 2 blockers next turn anyway. So I'll take probably 4 damage, go to 8. Definitely not favored here. Unless they have like Searing Blazes and shit like that in their hand. Or Eidolons.
Eidolon sucks.
So maybe they want the information first, then they'll deal damage. Tide Shaper's coming up. That's pretty good because I can hold up. Oh, I'm allowed to block. Alright, I'm glad for that. I guess they have Eidolon. Or maybe they're hoping that I would block here. I don't know. Got to keep that life total high. Exchange as many cards as possible. Yeah, there's the Eidolon. Okay, so we're... I wouldn't say we're in good shape.
Everything in this guy's deck is spoiled out. Notice that?
I did not. But it makes sense. Okay, here's a good question. Do I throw that Tide Shaper out there and hit this land? Because they didn't have any other land drops at the moment. But these are guaranteed blockers. Yeah, we're just gonna go with the guaranteed blockers. The scariest thing is Burn playing a lot of creatures. It is scary.
Bird is a good deck. Probably better than Merfolk, in fact.
Shut the fuck up.
How many times has Andy ever beaten you?
Very rarely. He's not happy about it either. Almost never happens.
Andy.
They have to have a bunch of Eidolons in hand or something.
That would be very painful.
It's got to
for
be
him.
like Eidolons, Searing Blazes, and it probably can still help them win, but... As is, I think I'm just going to activate Mutavault, block Eidolon, let Swiftspear go through. If they bolt me, whatever, I go down to 6, and then I'll activate Saga, because I can make 2 constructs out of this. And I think that'll help. Maybe this will finally be Shadow Spear moment. If there was be a time for Shadow Spear to shine, it will be today. Oh, they do have the land. Wait, is this another Eidolon?
Lava Spike.
Oh, Lava Spike. Alright. I take damage. Oh, you know what they're doing? They're multi-queuing.
Burn loves the multi-queue.
Burn loves the multi-queue. They love that multi-queue grind. Alright, now I'm less confident to just let my opponent... like, I'm not going to let this Swiftspear through. I'll chump block with the construct. Now they're going to Searing Blaze my Mutavault. It's a bit annoying. Take more damage. Okay, I'm effectively dead. Take 2, go down to 3. My opponent's at 13 life. I'll never come back from that. What can be gifted to me? And I don't have any land yet. Ether Spellbomb is something. Nothing that really gives me life. Oh, you know what's a pretty good... Well, I don't know if this is that good of a card, but maybe in my sideboard I can put that Zeron Orb. We're gonna put this into play. Tapped and pass. We're never gonna financially recover from this, I know. That is a funny attack. I might as well kill this damn thing. I guess they have another one? That's just the way they were playing their game playing their hand last game. They do have another one. Okay, if they have a hand full of Eidolons, we do have a chance. Because I could eventually top deck a Master of Waves somewhere. And I will bounce this fucking thing. It's not what I wanted to see. Actually, maybe it's not too bad. Maybe it's not too bad. I don't know what I want my opponent to draw. Lands? I have no fucking clue what I want my opponent to draw. Okay, well that's enough to win. Yeah, too many creatures. Way too many creatures. Way too many creatures. Alright, I want counter spells, and I want Spreading Seizes.
We want them now.
And I want them now. I want counter spells and Spreading Seizes. Let's go. Kira's actually not too bad either. I guess I'll keep the Shadow Spear for once. Ether Spellbomb is not great, but maybe it's not terrible. Reader is just too clunky. I have to get rid of 6 more cards. I'll get rid of Subtlety. Get rid of some Tricksters. I think that's okay. Maybe I like the Trickster more than I like Ether Spellbomb. Like, I'm getting rid of map because I'm just assuming that this game shouldn't go long. possible that I should have subtlety more than I should like, at least on the draw. Maybe I should have subtlety then instead of trickster. I'm not in love with trickster on the... Oh no, I'm not on the draw, I'm on the play. Ah, shit. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, well, can't go back. Bit of a mistake. Not by much. This hand's useless. It's 3 pieces of brown mana.
He mulliganed.
Sounds
that was you.
Useful. Yeah. Whose side are you on? I guess given how what my hand looks like, I'll get rid of this Mutavault. It's got a lot of blue. The hand's bad though, because it's not interactive at all. It's a bit blunt. Oh, Willie Hall is here. Counterspell revealed off the top of our library. Ether Vial. It's not terrible. Swift Spear, sure. You have 1 turn to do whatever you want. I'm in pretty bad shape here. Smash to smithereens. That is evil. Rift Bolt is revealed. Take some damage. Guess we'll play this. And... guess pass. No, I don't think I can actually beat this Swiss Bear. And my hand is just too bad versus burn. It wasn't a good... the mulligan I had was not a good burn hand. Oops, that was a mistake. I was supposed to counter this. I Scrooged up. Who knows? Maybe it'll turn out okay.
Dab out big, come on.
My odds of winning, basically 1%. They just got way too much in way too short a time. I'll counter that. I think, don't they know about the counter spell? But maybe they just want to fight through it. Yeah, they just have another Boros Charm. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, it's not unbelievable. Like, whatever, they had good hands. My hand was bad, though. Game 2, my hand... Because it was just a hand of, like, lords. It was just a hand of, like, lords and lands.
Look how thick that Swiss Spear was.
But on the play, I don't want a mulligan. Might have been a little bit better if I had Ether Vial. We just lost, yeah.
Damn.
My Game 2 hand was really bad. Just bad interaction. None of the good cards.
Unbelievable.
I lost the die roll, but the hand is playable. I'll keep. If you blink, you take the damage again, though. That's okay. But it's a pretty good it's a pretty solid answer. But it's not like Prismatic Ending in that I can, like, exile anything. I mean, Prismatic Ending is the shit. You can exile whatever the hell you want. Anything. Let your imagination go wild. But again, I'd much rather exile the Ragavan. While the Ragavan's on the battlefield... What does this mean? Belcher? You bringing Belcher in this economy? What are you, nuts? Didn't you know about Boseiju? Oh, it could be another deck. Could be Oops. Would anyone know the difference between Oops all spells and... Is this Oops? I think that's Oops. Oops! Okay, we need counter spells. Lots of counter spells. Oh man, I think I'm fucked. The new White March is better because it's instant and it doesn't even have to tap for multiple colors. What? Oh no, I don't think the new card is better, not by a long shot. Well, we're lost. Turn 3 kill, look at that. My hand wasn't even bad. Now, fortunately I do have quite a sideboard for this. Yeah, I'll just let them do their thing. My demise can be your entertainment. Still managed to deal 6 damage to the opponent. Yeah, the new March, it costs 1 extra. That is just too much mana. I think it could probably see play. But I don't think it's better than Prismatic Ending. But we'll see. I could be proven wrong. Maybe the instant speed is worth too much. But like I said, when you're up against Dragon Rage Channeler Ragavan, you want to deal with it immediately. Vengevines? You may sacrifice 3 artifacts rather than pay the spell's mana cost. I concede to you, good sir. Good game. Let's have another. Alright, we want Counterspell because this can counter creatures, which is going to be important in this matchup. Pithing Needle is very relevant, and Relic is going to be useful. Shadow Spear is useless. Expedition Map probably is not very useful. Either Spellbomb probably is complete trash. Spreading Seas can... It's not really that good here. They're not that sensitive on mana, and they have the Pentad Prison. Like, they need 1 black to cast Undercity Informer. That's all they need, so it's not really... Spreading Seas is trash. I think, in fact, I'm going to side them out. I'm going to keep Tide Shaper, because I do need... I don't know if I do need, but I'd rather have a 1-drop. No, Subtlety is going to be great! It's going to be the match of Subtlety. Yeah, I don't like this, but I have nothing else to bring in. Is Miscast useful? I didn't pay attention to their deck. I want to say they have stuff I can counter. But I don't know. Are they going to bring in Force of Vigor and crap like this? 40 creatures? That's a lot of creatures. I don't have a particular land to get, so... I don't know what they're... Like, I have a feeling I need this for sideboard cards. But I don't know that. This hand is sort of poop. I guess I'll keep it. Hand is all cats, yeah. The animals that make the poop. If I draw a Lord, this hand will be very good. I'll turn this hand from trash to cash. Trash to cash. Cashing it in. And they're mulliganing down to 5. That's good. From ashy to classy. Now wait a minute, they can bring in spells, right? It's oops all spells. Everything's a spell, not a land. Alright, we're gonna play Tide Shaper as a 1-1, because I need the tempo. We need to get in the Tide Shaper beats! Go, little Tide Shaper, go. They do nothing. Great draw! Great draw. That was a good one. That was a very, very good draw. Like that one. Actually, it's not a great draw, but like it's a draw. I think I like it. Okay, it was a great draw. I drew Force and Negation. I can force their Penthead Prism. Attacking their mana is pretty relevant. Because I can't really force and negate anything else. Oh! I got my creature. Attack for 6. Got lethal by next turn. Like I said, I needed one more Lord, and I got the Lord. Alright, we got lethal next turn. Don't fucking Bantu's last something. You see, they don't have any more mana. Sometimes they're screwed like that. Yeah, it's GG. GG. Alright, one more to go. We're playing for $15. $15. Yeah, the good old Lord plan. Not very good versus any deck except combo decks, which there are very few of right now. There's really not that many combo decks. This is it. Oops all spells and... Not Belcher anymore. It's going to get wiped out by Boseiju. Or probably wiped out. I guess we just need them to mulligan a few times. This hand is not good. I'm going to show you what I have. This hand is, it looks like a hand, but when you're up against a combo deck that could win by turn 3, I need at least, like, maybe I would keep this if Master of Waves was a Tide Shaper, so I could go turn 1 creature, turn 2 Master of the Pearl Trident, and like reasonably try to win by turn 4, but I don't even have a turn 4 kill. And if you don't have a turn 4 kill, you need good interaction, but I don't think Subtlety is good enough. Like, that'll slow him down 1 turn. I need better. Maybe if I had another Lord in hand, this might be close to a keep, because most win conditions are creatures. Oh, I'm like talking myself into keeping this hand now. They go turn 1 land, I go turn 1, they go Penthead Prism. I'm just too far behind. Just gonna mulligan it. This hand is much more keepable. Ether Spellbomb would do nothing, because they, like, both cards can be activated or triggered in response to the Spellbomb. Rearrange says, yeah, I love mulling that hand. We're basically guaranteeing that we're not able to win until turn 5. Yeah. Maybe we win by turn 5. Maybe. What's the logic behind a Yorion deck? It's an extra card. As a deck that's playing Subtlety and Force Negation, it helps me get back up cards. And sometimes it can be pitched to force negation and subtlety. But honestly, the extra card has been very relevant in a lot of games that I've played. It's been very relevant. Yeah, one more card in hand. They kept their hand. I guess we shall do the same. What do I want to do here? I guess put this... Okay, we're going to keep. I guess I'm going to dump this. I want to keep as many lands untapped as possible. What is the background music? It is specifically the Wii theme music. I think it's one of the shop musics or something. Okay, I'm doing nothing. Why am I doing nothing? I don't want to leave my card exposed to interaction. Pentad Prism. Yep. See, now I play my relic, and now they have to answer the relic or they can't combo off. Maybe it didn't matter to do it this way. Ho-ho! Doing things the old-fashioned way, are we? Alright then. Attacking for 4. Plan B. Respect. We will play this, and I will cast this with Kicker to make it as hard as possible for them to cast any black spells now. I mean, unless they find another Pentad Prism. What can you cast? Oh, you can cast Narcomoeba now. But you can't cast Creeping Chill. What is Creeping Chill? Is it a single black, or is it multiple black? Oh, it's a single black. That sucks. Alright, take another 4. They might think that they're winning the race, but they're not. Ho ho, they're not winning this race at all. Narcomoeba? Oh, Pentad Prism, okay. Maybe we'll see another Vengevine next turn. Oh, they have another black anyway. But they are tying up my mana, like I can't do anything with this relic. Sure. Trickster. So now this relic is permanently on defense. Two 4 would happen. I played against Dragon Rage Chandler decks. Did we lose to all Dragon Rage Chandler decks? At least 2. Alright, well, attacking the black mana didn't seem to do anything. Urza Saga, just in time. So I can make a bunch of constructs. We get like more answers to the stupid crap Get a Svelun in play. Which can block the Vengevine. I think we're gonna have this one in the bag. Unless they can destroy this relic right now. It's just like a matter of time. Because with Urza Saga I can get like... Did I bring Pithing Needle? I hope I did. Then I could name Undercity Informer. That will deal with all the... Well, I mean, I guess... Yeah, Undercity... Well, I don't know what I get. Prismatic Ending. That is a great card. But I have Master of Waves to exile for this Force Negation. Oh god, you have like Veil of Summer? I wonder if they're thinking about their life choices right now. Why did I play this deck? Where did I go wrong? Oh, fuck me! Okay, hold on. So I guess their problem is like... Oh, I just lose. Why did it take so long to do this? I feel slow rolled. I feel super slow rolled. If I crack this to find a counterspell, then I don't have a relic on the board anymore. So... what do I do? I mean, I think I just lose. Because the Creeping Chills will kill me. Yeah, alright. And they can even pay for the Force and a Pact of Negation with their Pentad Prism. Okay, let's see if they sided out. It's possible the opponent boarded out one Creeping Chill. Maybe it's like, can I win? Well, I guess, can I win from the draw step? Is that possible? So they sack the Undercity Informer. Do I have any way to bounce the Prism? Yeah, Otawara. Will they have any cards in their deck after they sack this thing? Maybe they boarded out Creeping Chills and they know they can't win. Well, my greatest concern is not them paying Pact. My greatest concern is, do I live to even see another turn? Well, they're not going for it, whatever it is. But maybe they're just, like, lagging or something, because they took forever to play Pact of Negation. Like, if they have the kill, they just have the kill. But maybe they sided out Creeping Chills, and they're all in on Vengevines now. Could be double queuing? That's possible. This is definitely a double queuing deck. Take Expedition. Well, I have 2 turns before I find this thing. I'm not gonna get it. I can't even crack. I wouldn't have enough mana anyway. That might be why they didn't go for it, because they were thinking they need 2 turns to win and they lose to a bounce spell. So it's possible that you didn't have to crack your relic. Well, I still want the card, right? Otherwise it just gets exiled for nothing. I cracked the relic because this was resolving. What is going on here? What in tarnation is going on here? Why are we still alive? Okay, you got the combo, man. But maybe they sided out a bunch of combo pieces for this. This line does not make any sense! Alright, let's attack with Sveilun. Let's draw more cards. Might as well. But this is not going to resolve, right? Or will it? Is this going to resolve? Like, it's going to force their hand right now. Like, they've got to go for it, whatever it is. They sided in a Boseiju to combat your Chalice and Relic, but they're now just realizing how bad that is, so they're not doing the combo from Shame? I don't know. I guess they're just double queuing. Maybe they plan on just resigning to me or something. Because they would have just killed me earlier. Well, their hand is 0 cards, but they have Undercity Informer. Sacrifice a creature. Oh, did they side in a Boseiju? Oh, now I get it. Yeah, maybe they screwed up. But like, well, whatever. They have to sack a creature here. It resolves. What is happening? I'm just I guess they sided out like a bunch of cards or something. Or they're just being nice. Maybe we're paired down. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I have not a fucking clue what is happening here. And then I need to pay 1 blue here, because they have a blue from my Tide Shaper. The only thing I can think of is that they sided out the Creeping Chills because they figured the Vengevine plan is good enough when they combo off. Like, it will basically be a win anyway. I don't know what to do here. What do I have for power in play? I've got cards and stuff. Why is the combo not I don't know. I don't know. They weren't comfortable putting a bunch of Vengevines in play, not winning. Because there was a problem. Like, if they got rid of all the cards in their library and they don't win on the spot, and I had a bunch of blockers for their Vengevines, maybe that's why they couldn't combo off. It's the only thing I can think of. I guess I'm gonna not grab anything. I'm not gonna make anything with Urza Saga. I'm just gonna tap down their creatures. Okay, we'll just add a mana here. I'll go get the Pithing Needle. We'll name Undercity Informer. So now we've got that nailed. Play Glasspool Mimic. I'll copy a Trickster, tap down the Undercity Informer, Kraken for 9, and that's effectively winning. Why couldn't you combo when I cast Soul Guide Lantern? Or even the turn before? I think they had to have sided out the Creeping Chills. And I guess they have no means of putting a card back on top of their library. I can't remember what the interaction is, but there's a card in their deck that that gives them one more draw step, if need be, but maybe they sided that card out too. So what ended up happening is they would have went through their entire deck, to put a bunch of Vengevines in play, but I could block everything, take some damage. I believe I didn't have ending the turn before. The last turn I couldn't cast 2 creatures to get back the vines. Okay. They just can't cast anything. But is that even relevant? Because you just cast stuff from the graveyard. Or you cast a spell. Oh, maybe they need to cast like something like this plus another spell, and they don't have a means of casting a second creature. I think I get it. Because you need to cast 2 spells, and usually that would be Undercity Informer or Balustrade Spy plus the Titan that they bring back. But that would be the... but they have nothing. I could have a Salvage Titan and a couple Narcomoebas, but you could hold off. Yeah. Thanks. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, they usually cast Salvage Titan as the second creature, Undercity Informer and Balustrade Spy as the first. They are playing combo-less combo. Yeah, I'll show you guys the hand. I have an Ether Vial. And it don't matter. What about the chills? Oh yeah. What about the chills? Were they sided out? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, why did we... Oh, yeah, okay, he sided out 2. Left 2 in. So I would have went down to 6. There would have been 4 Vengevines on the battlefield. I had 3 blockers at the time, so I just block 3 Vengevines, take 4, and I'd be down to 2. So I had just enough to survive. I could block 3 Vengevines, take 4, lose 6, go down to 2, and then win. We did it. Alright, I'm pretty... Actually, I don't know if we make top 64. Probably we make top 64. Probably that's a thing that's going to happen. Alright, this deck... Sorry, it's not this deck. This deck. I have certified this deck as unplayable. This is not a competitive deck, as is. So it needs to be adjusted. It absolutely needs to, in a hardcore way, fight Dragon Rage Channeler and Ragavan on early turns of the game. And we might have the answer. We might have the answer with Bind the Monster, as we were talking in between rounds. This could be a pretty decent answer to those matchups. And it's going to be useless and crappy in the... And actually, it may not even be that bad versus control decks, because we can always pitch it to Force Negation or Subtlety in the right matchup. But definitely, as is, this needs a lot more work. Maybe I'll work on it a little bit more, because it is so good outside those Dragon Rage Channeler and Ragavan decks. But Modern is all about the Dragon Rage Channeler and Ragavan, so you can't ignore that stuff. So if Mono Blue just cannot work, we'd definitely be going back to Blue White. I know a lot of you don't like the idea of this. You don't like the price tags on either of these cards, or this one either, for that matter. But this definitely has the clean answer to all those to all the most problematic cards in Modern. But I think this list sort of sucks versus Control. But I mean, I just throw in some Mutavaults and it'll be good again. Mutavaults with Urza Saga, and we're good to go. We're good to go. So either way, both sides. If I can solve the Dragon Rage Channeler and Ragavan problem, then Mono Blue will be the way to go. And I much prefer to not be weak to Blood Moon. We got the islands for it. Master of Waves overall wasn't bad. It wasn't great. I will say it still sucks versus the Murktide deck because they're just too damn fast. They're just too fast. Like, yeah, Master of Waves is invincible, but those decks are too quick for this card. Why no Gut Shots? Because it doesn't really solve the problem. Lurrus will come down, bring those cards back, And it's very situationally hitting Ragavan and Dragon Rage Chandler. Just too situationally. Like, when Dragon Rage Chandler is a 3/3, Gutshot will be useless. I want something more versatile. I would much rather play with Bind the Monster, which can also be played against, like, Death Shadow, Tarmogoyf, Murktide Regent. It might be a big boy, and we take big damage, but we just take that damage and never again. Yeah, I would like, and this is effectively like exiling the card. Like, my big problem with Dismember, which Monster CC is talking about, is that the creature just comes back. So they play Lurrus, they get the Dragon Rage Chandler back, they get the Ragavan back. So Dismember doesn't really work. Whereas Prismatic Ending, and even Bind the Monster, at least the thing will be on the battlefield. But the downside to Bind the Monster is that Dragon Rage Chandler will still get their triggers, and that's a lot of value. It might be still way too much, way more value than I would like them to get. Also, they can interact with this, against this, by playing Mystical Dispute. Maybe we can play some life gain to fetch? No, the life gain is not going to matter. It doesn't matter if they've got the power on the battlefield and they're sculpting their hand with Dragon Rage Chandler. So either I need to... There's still a lot of room to innovate this deck. Like, there's so many cards I can cut. So there's a lot of room to change and innovate. Like, this might be a direction to take it here with Bind the Monster. This, and also Blast Zone. Just a one of to go grab. So this might be a direction to take the deck. Or we go back to Yorion, which I know... I'm pretty damn sure this works. And I just play with more fetch lands to find what few islands we have in this deck. And I just jam some Mutavaults and we're good to go. Fading Hope? What is Fading Hope? You can't steal Dragon Rage Chandler for less than 3 mana? Nope. Can't. This doesn't help at all. This whole bounce creatures thing for 1 mana, I don't think it's good enough. Like, cards for 1 mana work, like bounce spells for 1 mana work when your opponent sinks more resources, like sinks more mana into their card than 1 mana. Just bouncing Dragon Rage Chandler, well, they don't care. They'll just replay it for 1. And we didn't go any. And then we lose because we're down a card and they're still up a card. The Scry doesn't compensate at all. You considered Hurkyl's Recall Sideboard when everyone was playing Artifacts since Neon. No, I didn't. Oh, maybe you're asking me? No, I'm not interested in Hurkyl's at all. I'm not losing any artifact decks. I'm admittedly just losing to Dragon Rage Chandler and Ragavan decks. They get this. They just need to connect like once, and it's just too much. It's too much. They get like they surveil once with that Dragon Rage Chandler. It's just too much value. I don't mind bouncing the Ragavan or Dragon Rage Chandler so long as I get a permanent on the battlefield. But honestly, like even tempoing them out with Harbinger and Trickster just doesn't feel good. It's just not worth it. It's just too clunky. They replay the creature. They play a burn spell. They just pretend like nothing happened. Yeah, so I don't know what the solution is yet. But, I mean, there's a lot. Like, I don't... Okay, so Expedition Map, love it. Shadow Spear, hate it. Hate it. This is trash. Soul Guide Lantern, love it. Aether Spellbomb, it's okay. It's okay. So maybe I can shave some of this stuff down and put maybe some more interactive cards. I mean, this looks pretty good, actually. Now I have a lot of things to do on turn 1 with Bind the Monster. But maybe I'll even put Aether Spellbomb. Well, Aether Spellbomb looks even better if I have Chalice in this deck. Is the casual best of 1 modern format in Magic the Gathering Online? Yes, there is. I think there's a 1 game for funsies in the free-to-play area that you can play. Yeah, it's like open play Modern Room. What's the Merfolk that taps red and green creatures? The Tidebinder Mage. But it's too vulnerable to removal. How is fire/ice in Merfolk? I don't know. I have not tested it. Blossoming Calm, ever worth it for white? No, if I'm going white, I'm just playing Prismatic Ending and Solitude. We have some very heavy hitting cards in these colors. And even some people said I should put Teferi in here. I mean, that's reasonable. I don't think it's that great, but it's reasonable. Yeah, and there might be room to play a Chalice, like play Chalice instead of Bind the Monster and just play bounce creatures like Harbinger and Brazen Borrower, because that's what this was. It was before Bind the Monster, I put Chalice in here. And I think Chalice of the Void works really well with Urza Saga. But like Chalice is just pretty crappy games 2 and 3. Because the opponents will bring in removal for this. They will bring in answers, and it will not be a problem. Chalice does not work very well in Modern right now, unless you can defend the crap out of this card. It works better as a 0-mana card versus the Cascade spells, but it works pretty bad versus the 1-mana spells. Is the right number of Otawara 2? Yes, I think that's a number of Otawara you can play without risking drawing multiples, because I think drawing multiples is pretty poor. Let's be serious, 4 mana to bounce something is bad. Like, it's not good. But if the ability is free attached to one of your lands, okay, that's okay. And I'm willing to play with the card. I'm fine having that in my deck. But it is not like a great interaction. I'm not super thrilled to pay 4 mana to just bounce something and have no other effect on the battlefield. Like, I have played things like Venser and Cryptic Command before, because that's worth soaking 4 mana into, but 4 mana just to bounce something is terrible. So I don't want to play more than... I want to play as many as I can without really risking drawing more than 1 a game. We can play 1 mana with Yorion, Kira, and Svelun on the board. I don't know what that means. But another thing with, if I play with... Sorry, what's it called? Bind the Monster. I can actually move this card around a little bit. It has synergy with Master of Waves because it's extra devotion. And also I could blink it with Yorion and place it on another card. Oh, channel costs less of it. Well, I mean, it's not that relevant. It's not a good card. Like, it's not exciting. It's a good card because it's a free ability on a land, but the ability it's a free roll. Let me put it this way. The ability is a free roll. That's why I'm playing it. I'm not playing this card because, oh, Otawara is awesome! This is so powerful. No, it's not like that. We have got a free ability attached to a land. I'll play a few of them, but if this was a spell, I would never put this in my deck. This is only in my deck because it's basically a free roll part of my mana base, and I do have the slots for it. Like, but I'm not even sure. Well, I don't want to play any more than 2. Even a 60 card deck, I wouldn't play more than 2. I would definitely always play at least 1, but I don't think I'm going to play more than 2. I only cast this card once this entire challenge. And I had many opportunities to play it. It's kind of janky, but how about Frogify? It does not help me versus Dragon Rage Channeler Ragavan because I replaced their 3-power creature with another 3-power creature. And I have to deal with that now. I actually like Castle Vantress a lot, but I need enough islands so that Castle Vantress doesn't come into play tapped. Not Pongify, Frogify. Oh. Oh, that one. Because there's another one. Rapid hybridization is like Pongify, but it turns it into a frog. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a blue frog creature. This isn't bad, honestly. But it's not good on turn 1. If I'm on the draw, my opponent will still have free reign with Ragavan and Dragon Rage Channeler for 2 turns. More or less. They play Ragavan turn 1. I play land. Pass. They play Dragon Rage Channeler. Play a spell. Surveil. Attack with Ragavan. Get a card off the top of my library. Get a treasure token. Like the whole deal with something like the Bind the Monster is that you would deal with the problem immediately turn 1. Iganjo, Seed of the Empire would be good if you played white/blue. Yeah, but if I'm playing white/blue, we already have answers with Solitude and Prismatic Ending, so there's already the solution. Oops. So if I splash any color, those like Dragon Rage Channel and Ragavan are not such an issue anymore. Any color. The only problem is mono blue does not have any removal. We have no removal. Unless, is there any good removal for one artifact, like for a single 0 or 1 artifact? Is there any removal? But it's too late at that point anyway. It's just too late. Why not play more 1-drops if you're afraid of Ragavan? Because they'll kill them! So this is how this game goes. Turn 1 Ragavan. I play my 1-drop. They Lightning Bolt. They attack with Ragavan. Game is over. I just can't come back from there. All the people defending Ragavan are just fucking dumbasses. When the Ragavan hits once, unless your deck is powerful enough to overcome a Ragavan, which this one isn't, I will just slowly get ground out of the game from there. The Ragavan, the Ragavan just needs to hit once, steal 1 creature from me, and I am way further, I'm super far behind. Like, they just have to put Master of the Pearl Trident in play, and it's a free creature. Oh, Ragavan's not a big deal. It could be blocked by creatures. Shut the hell up. So there's a reason why it's so expensive, and why so many decks play it. Because when the board is clear, it just completely takes over. But whatever, that's the game. That's the game we have to play, and I have to respect it. And I was hoping that we could make a comeback later with Master of Waves, but it didn't happen. Even against the Murktide deck, they just tempoed me out. I had 3 Master of Waves in my hand, and it was useless. I played a Master of Waves, got a few tokens. They flew in the air with 2 Dragon Rage Channelers and a Ragavan. I was down to 6, and like I was just gonna get tempoed out anyway. So while Master of Waves was a nice card. Like, I'm not unhappy of Master Waves in this deck at all. I like Master of Waves right now. It's actually been very awkward for our opponents to play against Master of Waves. I'm pretty happy for this card right now in Modern. No, I don't have to fear so much Fatal Push. It still wasn't enough versus the Dragon Rage Chandler decks. If Ragavan is too much to play, because that's like, it's a bad sideboard card. Gutshot is a bad sideboard card. Okay, here's 2 problems with Gutshot. Problem number 1 is you're not always going to kill a Dragon Rage Chandler with this. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2, you are 100% taking damage off of this thing. Problem number 3, if you're up against a Lurrus deck that's playing Dragon Rage Chandler and Ragavan, it will come back. You're exchanging 1 for 1, they will get Lurrus, they will play the Lurrus, they will get the cards back. So that is also not an answer. Problem number 4, I can't play this in the main deck because this is garbage against any other deck that is not Dragon Rage Chandler or Ragavan. So it's going to clog up slots in my sideboard. This is just a shitty card. To answer the problem, its best matchup is probably Blue-Red Murktide, because that deck is scooping out their graveyard for Murktide Regent, and probably the Dragon Rage Channel will get smaller as the game goes on, and they don't have a companion like Lurrus to bring them back, but I'm not going to play Gutshot for that one matchup. When I know... Okay, here's the thing. This deck solved that problem. I did not have a problem. This is the answer. Just go Blue-White Merfolk. Otherwise, I have to have a really good, a much more solid answer than Gutshot. This has been recommended a ton. It will not work the way you want it to work. Otherwise, everyone would be playing Gutshot. Is everyone playing Gutshot? Maybe some Hammer Time decks are playing Gutshot. Who's playing Gutshot? Why do so many people recommend a card that is barely or if not seeing play at all? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's seeing play in the Hammer Time decks. This is like the only realistic deck I could think that would want to play this, because they want to tap out and use up all their mana. Argument for Dismember at the moment, same problem. You are playing right into the hands of the Thoughtseize Lurrus deck when you are playing Dismember. They want to exchange 1 for 1 all day. They don't mind their Dragon Rage Channeler going into the graveyard. They don't mind their Ragavan going into the graveyard, because eventually when our hands are empty, they go get Lurrus, they get the Dragon Rage Channeler, and they go back to business. And I'm down 4 life. Now the difference when you are playing with Yorion is I'm exiling the card with Prismatic Ending. I'm exiling the card with Solitude. So the Lurrus decks cannot bring those creatures back. when their cards are gone, they're gone. So I'm actually I'm playing around Lurrus, all the Lurrus stacks with these cards. Not to mention, Prismatic Ending hits tons more cards, permanents and creatures, than stuff like Gutshot. Same thing with Solitude. And Solitude is worth, like, even against a control deck, I can just play a 3/2 flash creature. I've solved the problem versus Dragon Rage Challenger Ragavan with this, but I don't know, I need some more work with Mono Blue. But it's not going to be with 1-for-1 removal. Unless, like, the only angle that I like with Bind the Monster is that the card sits on the battlefield and it can't get, you can't bring it back with Lurrus. That's the good end. That's the good point with this. Blue-white no Yorion would give you more consistency. No, it wouldn't actually. It would not give me more consistency because with Yorion, the purpose of playing Yorion here is so that I can at turn 3 put Yorion into my hand, so I can pitch it to Solitude. Whereas if I don't play Yorion, then I have to play more white cards to pitch to Solitude. I have to. And I would dilute the synergy of, well, basically the regular Merfolk deck. I don't need to play more white cards. I've played quite a bit with this deck. Solitude, I may not always have Solitude on turn 1, but I will have Solitude at least by turn 3. So I will situationally have it by turn 1. I will definitely have it by turn 3. And then if I mean, Prismatic Ending by itself is good enough. By applying pressure and fading multiple Ragavan hits. Yeah, well. The problem is that you cannot win with pressure against any Ragavan deck. You basically have to... You have to answer the Ragavan. And then after that, you turn the corner. Tough thing to do, though. Alright. It was... I would say, however, even though the result wasn't very good, the place testing was great. Because I knew that those stupid 1-mana red creatures, they're a problem for this deck. And we got our ass kicked by them. And I think that's very fair. So I now know exactly where this deck has to either move, or I just go back to blue-white. I would love to stick with blue, though, because I love going mono-blue. And I get to play with more of these, like, fun lands. The more blue we are, the more we can play with these cool, fun lands. So that's going to be it for today. We're going to thank everyone for supporting the channel. We're also going to thank our sponsors, Fusion Gaming Online and Mana Traders. This has been Nikachu playing Mono Blue Merfolk with Yorion and Urza Saga in the Modern Challenge.